Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of NMH at 1. I'm your host, Priska Agnolo, and I'm bringing you news from all around the country. Let's get the show on the road. Happening in the northeast right now, Recon Africa, the company that seeks to drill for oil in the ecologically sensitive Okavango Basin, began meetings with the community in that area today. Watch the local media for updates on this controversial issue. From the coast, nearly 30 shacks were destroyed in a fire in the Otwea informal settlement at Walvis Bay yesterday. According to police reports, the fire started in one of the shacks at around 1 o'clock and quickly spread to nearby shacks. These shacks were the only ones left standing after a devastating fire in the same informal settlement last July, which saw about 300 shacks destroyed. From the east, Omaheke Governor Pijo Nganate said the regional council officially opening for the year on Wednesday should also mean communication lines between the electorate and their elected leaders have opened. He added that the opening of these offices should not be seen as a mere fanfare for councillors, saying that his expectations now is that councillors go back to their respective constituencies and revisit all the promises they made to their constituents. From the south, the Roads Authority will need to close about $1 million Namibian to extend the concrete road at the Nauta Dam after part of the gravel road was washed away 2 weeks ago. RA Divisional Manager for Maintenance, Rudolf Rittman, said. The road was washed away when NamWater opened all 4 sluices at the dam to release water as the dam was 116 capacity full. And now we move on to our COVID-19 news. In COVID news, Health Minister Kalumbi Shangula announced that Namibia recorded 258 new cases, bringing the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 31,253. Sadly, 5 deaths were also reported, of which 2 are from Windhoek, while the rest are from Oshakati, Oshwarongo, and Walvis Bay. 4 of the deceased reportedly had comorbidities. Of the total cases announced on Wednesday, the Commerce region recorded the highest number at 62, followed by Oshana with 46 cases and Irongo with 33 cases. Among the cases reported are 8 healthcare workers from various districts, as well as 7 inmates, 6 of which are from the Oshakati police holding cells and 1 from the Luderitz prison. The minister also announced 368 new recoveries. By yesterday, Namibia had 2,721 active cases with 257 hospitalized cases, 24 of which are reported to be in intensive care units. The total number of deaths now stand at 301. And now we move on to our video news. Our correspondent in the northeast, Kenya Kambowe, spoke to a striking ShopRite Rundo employee who narrates his experience of how the retail giant treats employees. Do take a look.
The problem is this, that the problem we are facing in ShopRite, we are working long hours. Sometimes we used to work overtime which are not being paid. And we used to work according to how they want us to work, but they are not paying us according to the way it's supposed to work. As you can see here, I'm a receiving clerk, but unfortunately, sometimes I used to go extra mile whereby I can close until 8 o'clock, while the shop is closing 7 o'clock, but that 1 hour, they are not paying it. Okay. Also, another problem also, sometimes you can find that a small issue which was supposed to be solved, they will give you a warning for that. Okay. Which is supposed not to be done like that. Something supposed to be done on kind of like on a lower level, but they will take it to the higher level whereby it will just affect you.
Tell me, what conditions do you want to be improved?
I want us also to be improved to the basic salary, also the transport allowance, because sometimes it used to happen that you are staying far, but they're expecting you to arrive 6 o'clock in ShopRite. They don't care the time you knock off. They don't care how you are going to get there. What they just need is just the service to be there.
Okay, tell me, because I want people to understand, how much does what is the lowest salary one can get in ShopRite?
The PPTs used to get 300
300 per what?
per week.
So it's 1.2 per month.
Yes.
And how many hours do you work in those?
We used to work 8 hours.
Per day?
Yes, a day. But so to call, it's not kind of like on a black and white, it's 8 hours, but physically, 9 to 10 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to happen in such a way.
Okay. And now just give me paint for me a picture how you are able to satisfy your family's needs with the salary you are getting from.
Not really, because for example, if I happen to have a funeral in my family, I'm known as a worker, but they're expecting me to give something while my salary is 1.2. What will I pay? First of all, I need to feed the people who are there in the funeral. Secondly, I have to contribute to the coffin, but that won't be satisfied because the money is not enough for me to succeed.
Do you guys work on public holidays?
Yes.
Do you get overtime for that?
No.
It's a basic salary.
Yes.
What benefit do you get from working on public holiday?
No, we don't get benefits.
And how many leave days do you get per month?
We use they used to add for us 2 per month. They
2.
add for you 2 days only.
But can you take it whenever you want?
No, only if they want, especially the management. They decide. If they say that, okay, if you are having a problem, maybe you say that, okay, I want to go to my problems. They will tell you, no, you cannot leave the department just like that.
Okay, this morning
while you are having your days.
Okay, this morning I spoke to one of your managers. Basically, they are not part of this strike or whatever. Let me say it's a strike.
Yes.
The relationship, because your manager is the relationship between you and the owners of the shop.
Yes.
Other managers fighting for your rights, or are they happy with what they are getting, therefore they are not taking your needs serious?
So unfortunately, what I have to say is that they are excluding themselves from this strike, because with them their benefits are being met.
Okay.
Them they used to get medical aid, which we don't get.
Yeah.
Them they used to get in their cards. They used to put 1,000. Some of us we just get 400, and that 400 they used to deduct it from our card. So they don't see that they don't care about our what we used to get. All they need is just for us to work hard while we are not being paid accordingly.
Now, after having explained this, are the managers having your interest at heart?
I don't think so.
In strike news from the coast, workers of the ShopRite Group marched to the Swakopmund police station yesterday to hand over a petition on harsh treatment and brutality towards them by law enforcers. Our correspondent out of Kaure contributed this clip.
Down, fellas, sit down!
For our third video insert, WhatsApp caused pandemonium after announcing terms of service updates that you will need to accept to continue using the messaging app. While they planned on implementing this new policy in February, it has been extended to the 15th of May. Yolanda Nell has more.
Love it or hate it, messaging apps are here to stay and are connecting not only groups of people in a company, but also make connecting those further away possible. WhatsApp announced in December that the new terms of service will be rolled out in February. After mass confusion and panic amongst users, the date has now moved to mid-May. The update will focus on how the app processes your data and how businesses can use WhatsApp hosted services to store and manage their WhatsApp chats. This announcement still caused many users to switch over to Telegram and Signal. According to gsmmarina.com, WhatsApp has repeatedly said since announcing the new policy that the new changes affect only those who interact with WhatsApp business accounts on the service. These business accounts can now use Facebook hosting services to manage their WhatsApp chats, use Facebook branded commerce features such as shops, and display an ad on Facebook to message the business directly on WhatsApp. The data from a recent survey of Windhoek Express readers show that although they use messaging apps other than WhatsApp, they have been using apps like Telegram and Signal before WhatsApp planned on updating the user agreement. Now that some of the confusion is cleared, will your company move over to other messaging apps, or will you continue to use the WhatsApp service?
Moving on to news from our dailies. Shoprite labor issues continue, with the Namibian Sun reporting that the National Union of Namibian Workers and opposition parties have joined unions and other formations backing employees, while SWAPO condemned the police's heavy-handedness against these protesting slave-like working conditions. Similarly, Republican also leads with this issue, reporting that the Namibian Food and Allied Workers Union yesterday stepped up its campaign against Shoprite Namibia by handing over complaints to the office of the Prime Minister and the police chief. Also on Republican's front page, a report on how bed occupancy rates tumbled from 57% in 2017 and 53% in 2019 to a dismal 16% in 2020. Sad tourism stats also lead the Allgemeine Zeitung today. However, there is a glimmer of hope with the German airline Lufthansa planning more flights to Namibia. Also on the front page, news on how a fire destroyed 27 shacks in the Walvis Bay informal settlement of Otweya yesterday afternoon. While property damage was recorded, no fatalities were reported. Now for news from inside the dailies. The Allgemeine Zeitung reports that a drainage pipe located halfway up the Neckartal Dam wall, from which water had seeped a day before it overflowed, led to fears from the public that the wall could have sprung a leak. While this does not seem to be the case, authorities have not yet officially commented on it. Inside today's Republican, the beautiful story of best friends Wano Kashiri and Alfred Otto that call the Osenka Child Care Center their home. Tanya Bowser reports on the challenges the center has faced in the past and continues to face today. And also inside Republicain, the report that various tourism and environmental organizations, communal conservation areas, and lodges are opposed to the removal and sale of the Omachete elephants in the northwest, as it will have a huge negative impact on tourism. In sport news from the Namibian Sun, former Brave Warriors assistant coach Woody Jacobs is optimistic that the tides will turn in Namibia's favor in the remaining CHAN matches, despite Tuesday night's dismal performance against Guinea exposing the side's weaknesses. Inside NMH Publications today, Market Watch reports that Namibia is in desperate need of foreign direct investments, but that unfriendly policies divert investor confidence.
If you're feeling how I'm feeling and you know I won't stop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. If I got it and you want it and you'll never let it drop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. I will ride for you, baby, even die for you. When I'm loving you, but my heart don't stop.
In our interview segment today, Francois Steinberg of Republicain speaks to the new Indonesian ambassador to Namibia. Do enjoy.
It is an honor to welcome today His Excellency, the new Ambassador of Indonesia to Namibia, His Excellency Wisni Edu Pratikno. Warm welcome here at NMH at 1.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and welcome to Namibia.
Thank you for having me here.
So you and your wife have arrived in November in Namibia and already you visited the coast. What is your impression of Namibia so far?
Well, I'm very excited with my wife, of course. This is my first time coming to Africa, even my first post in Africa. So in a very short time, just 3 months, I visited the city of Swakopmund and Walvis Bay, as well as to have an experience as well in wildlife in Gojaganas.
Gojaganas,
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very nice to see this, experiencing the things like that.
And you told me you tried to climb Dune 7.
Yes, I did. It was fun. It's a bit hot and windy, and so it's very nice.
Okay. Indonesia and Namibia in May will celebrate 30 years of diplomatic relations.
Yes.
So tell us more about the friendship between the two countries.
Well, we are both have the same back history, probably same, like we are being colonized by the imperialists before, and we have fight for the independence, So even in 1955, we take initiative, Indonesia take initiative to organize the Asia-African Conference. That means we try to get close between Asian country and African countries. So this is very important step for both continents to get together. So and since then, we are also helping, assisting Namibian to fight with their independence in early 90s.
Yes.
Since then we established our office here in 1991, and 30 years have gone very fast.
And you're a very active embassy.
Well, I think it depends on how you see it.
Yeah.
But of course, we like to have the chance to promote Indonesia. Economically, politically, and also especially in cultures. To make people-to-people contact is very important to us, because if we don't understand how the Namibian live, how can we understand the whole things?
Sure. So trade and investments between the two countries, it can deepen to create opportunities for shared prosperity. Can you please elaborate on the export numbers of the two countries?
Well, Indonesia before was considered as undeveloped countries, but nowadays we are a member of G20, and that's why we try to get close with African countries, including Namibia as well, of course. And The trade itself is like the last 2 years, 2018 and 2019, it's for about 14 million US dollars. It's still quite small. Even in 2019, it's less than 14 million. It's only 10 million US dollars. So this is why I have to increase the number. But you know, the favor of this export-import is in Namibian sites.
Yeah, what is the Namibian? How much do we export to Indonesia?
In 2019, about 9 million, and our export to Namibia is just only 1.3 million. So you see, that's the benefit for the Namibian to do trade with Indonesia. And I believe in the future, of course, this can be increased. The volume numbers can be increased. And also in Namibia can also even increase their export to Indonesia.
Because you have a very big population.
Yes,
it will only benefit Namibia.
Yes, that's right. We have 270 million people in Indonesia alone. And if you see in as ASEAN, even 600 million, you know, so this is a very huge market for Namibian economy. So that's a big opportunity. And I believe that Namibia has a big potential for Indonesia and Namibia to work together.
And what are the main products that Namibia exports to Indonesia?
The biggest is zinc.
Zinc.
Yeah, the zinc, and then dairy products and dates.
And dates. Yes, you love our dates.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And from Indonesia, what do we import from Indonesia mainly?
Well, mostly we export the frozen fish and with some other products from manufactured products, you know, so that's what we are exporting now at this moment, even including textile products.
Including textile, yes. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you a wonderful stay in Namibia.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me again.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Alrighty, Namibia, thank you so much for joining us today. I've been your host, Priska Anyolo, live for NMH at 1. Do stay tuned for the weather and stay safe.